What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. We are diving in deep with this little Jeep TJ these days. I knew it had some cosmetic issues, but I didn't really intend on diving in this deep this early. Just wanted to do a couple of things, get some body armor, maybe some wheels and tires, clean up the engine bay a little bit. But what do you know, I start sanding the rust away, and just little bits here and there continue to distract me and pull my attention in different directions. So we got some Bondo, we got some sheet metal, we got some sandpaper and flapper wheels and cutoff wheels, and we're just going to town. Looks like someone's already tried to repair this. Shoot. Frame's actually not in too bad of shape, considering what I was expecting. There's a little bit of pitting, but we're getting through some pretty good metal, some pretty good steel yet, with minimal effort, so that's a good sign. Got to sand it down pretty good, use some rust neutralizer, which is causing it to turn black, obviously. A couple of coats of that, and then we'll spray it with gloss black, and it'll look pretty darn good. We're doing also some rust repair, and golly, it's obviously been repaired before, which is kind of blows. I obviously missed it, but now we're gonna cut this out, patch it in, and reform this corner, give the fender flare something again to attach to. A little bit of work, but I think we can handle it. Test fitting on the first patch. Should go in. I think I can force it in. I might trim a corner, but getting there. Not too bad. I'm struggling to decide if I want to do it flush and weld, grind, sand, or if I just want to do it kind of the lazy way and do it just like this and just fill and blend. Well, you guys saw it before. I'd say it's not too bad. I got a couple low spots here and here, but I'm not gonna even mess with it anymore. I'm not doing another day of body filler, and I don't claim to be a body man, but my brother is, and he'd probably be pissed off how this looks, to be honest. But it's much better than before. Obviously, our repair here and here. It's tough fixing other people's repairs. We did find Bondo on the rocker already, underneath the black paint, so it's been repaired, although not very well, obviously, because it rusted right through. But I think she's fixed up good now. We'll get some primer on it, get it cleaned up, get some primer on it, and paint it up. And it's just going to be covered with some, who knows if we'll do rocker guards, or maybe we'll just do some diamond plate stuff, running across the bottom strip here. But it was all going to be covered up anyway. I just wanted to make sure we got the cancer cut out, the rust cut out, and any exposed metal is protected going forward, but we should be good to go. Next project is to tackle the fender. I do have a new fender coming, but I figured if it's up here, I might as well continue trying my hand at some fabrication work and see how that turns out. But get this done, continue working on the frame. The other side of the frame, this side is done, and we should be good, but it's not going too bad. It's just slow and steady, I guess, but I just was planning on doing other things first, to be honest. But nonetheless, here we are. You guys ever seen this before? Just trying to spray a little sandable primer on, finish this thing up, and she just started running all over the place, all over the floor. Son of a, guess I got all the priming done that I need to get done. I'm gonna actually hit this. Seems like there might be some bubbles here around here of some rust starting, so I'm just gonna hit that with a flapper wheel. Put a little paint on it. That's covered with the fender flare anyway, so no, it doesn't matter. This is looking pretty sick. I'm pleased. Primed and sanded. Found another little spot here, so I just hit it real quick. But looking good. Laying a little bit of color down. It's not a close match. It looks more close. This is his first coat, but it'll do hiding behind the fender. And then we'll run black here, and again, we're gonna cover that up. But I got the package. Like I said, if the fender repair doesn't turn out, we got a new fender. Not gonna pull it out of here, but you get the idea. First light coat of black. Again, we're being quite careless with this project, but I think it'll turn out all right. Ooh, spicy. Sort of keeping track of all the rust that I knock out of this thing. So far, that's what we got. There's a couple of other odds and ends in there, obviously, but gosh, I gotta tell you, going through some of this and knocking some of it loose, I get a little bit discouraged and almost regret the purchase of this Jeep. But then I go on YouTube and I look at some rust repair stuff, and there are a ton of Jeeps out there that are literally falling apart, and they have license plates on them. People were driving them with cracked frames, cracked control arms, literally framed with cracks down the entire length. I can't believe they're still on the road, so I really don't feel so bad tackling this Jeep, but I need a little bit of that encouragement, a little bit of that reassurance checking out some of those videos. So I know it looks like a lot of rust, and there's more to come because this is just one side, but it's just scaling, just surface rust stuff. We're knocking it loose, neutralizing it on the vehicle, and then painting it. So it's gonna be in good shape. It's dusty now, but it looks 100 times better, and we'll get it taken care of. But again, I encourage you to go check out some of those videos. I think Morfab is one of them, Morfab Industries. Check that out. I'll put a link in the description below to a couple of his videos. It's insane what some of these Jeeps endure and continue to operate. The conditions in which they continue to operate is pretty impressive. So we're gonna keep moving forward. I'm letting this dry here, this little heavy second coat, and then we'll pull the tape and reveal how sweet it looks. All right, third coat's a little bit wet still, but I'm gonna pull the tape anyway. It's pretty difficult to paint in weather conditions like this because it's so hot. Paint flashes really fast. So I was painting a little bit closer to the surface than I normally would, moving a little bit slower than I normally would, keeping it wet through the overlap, because by the time you get one pass and you're coming back to the other one, that first pass is already dry. So it's crazy. It's like 95 degrees out. A little bit of a blend here, a little bit of overspray, but we'll see if we can take care of that, or maybe we'll just finish this whole region. But you can see it's not dry, so you can see some of the stripes, but that'll all even out. We'll get this thing blown off. Yo, that's looking sharp, fellas. The camera really picks up the difference between the two blues. I think that whatever this is, iridium blue pearl, the factory Jeep color, and then this is like Bahama blue metallic, which is a GM color. It's a little bit of a blend there. Look at that. It's kind of like an ocean wave. This looks sick. Big difference. Big difference. Pretty sweet. Probably do a little wet sanding in the blue to just help blend. A little wet sand, a little clear. Should be good to go. You can see my handprint swiping down the flat black, but gosh, it looks great. Sweet. Getting there. Floor pans came in today too. Driver's side needs it. While we're at it, I guess I'll probably do the passenger side as well. I don't know. I've never done floor pans before. I told myself I was gonna just go ahead and start making modifications to this thing, but I just I can't stand when it's not right before you start modifying. So one thing led to another. Just start taking on projects, and here we are. I did find the factory color though, intense blue pearl. So I'm gonna actually get to touch up this little. Jeez, that was close. I guess we got a storm coming. There, that one matches a little bit better. It's still drying, it's single coat, so I'll put another coat on it. We'll see how close we can get it. If not, most of it's covered up with the fender anyways, or the fender flare, so no big deal. I think that's gonna be it with part 1 of rust repair. We have one other corner to fix. That one shouldn't be that big of a deal since now we know exactly what we need to do from the other side. And this one is not as bad and it doesn't go as far up, so that'll just be a nice, easy little corner piece with a little 90-degree fold at the underside to give it a little bit of rigidity. Mint. And then I think we're gonna tackle the engine bay, which is actually quite clean. New radiator, new fan, all the plastics are in good shape still. Valve cover gasket was replaced a while ago, so we can clean up some of the residual oil that was coming down the side of the engine. Maybe we'll do spark plug wires. I want to do new battery cables. I think I mentioned in an earlier video, I want to get rid of some of the corrosion on the intake manifold. It's just a Brillo pad. I already tested it out, comes off pretty good. Clean up the bottles, paint the brake booster. It's obviously really dusty now, so we'll get her cleaned up. I think the engine bay is gonna look pretty darn sweet. Thinking about doing a hood vent. Definitely got to do some exhaust work as well. There's a major rattle in right around the muffler. Probably has a loose spaffle or something that causes a rattle. Well, I don't want to tell you what we're gonna do, but we're probably just gonna chop it off. We got to take care of the rust in the frame. Little sneak peek. You can see some right there. Clean up the interior, just a good interior detail. And I think we'll be in good shape and get this thing out on the road and enjoy it a little bit. If you guys have any other ideas that you want to see for the Jeep, I'm open to ideas, so leave them down in the comments section below. I'll definitely consider them. Of course, everyone's going to say lift in 33s or lift in 35s. I think that is going to be it for this video, though, because it is hot, it's raining, it's hard to paint when it's raining, and I'm starving half to death. So that's going to be it. Thank you guys very much for watching part 1 of the rust mitigation, rust repair on the Jeep TJ. More good stuff to come. Stick around if you're interested in Q50 and other car stuff as well. Thank you guys very much for watching. I appreciate the support more than you can even imagine. We'll see you in the next one.